not waiting for your 3D to change before you do that. You have to get into that energy now. That version of you now is not afraid. That version of you now is not insecure. That version of you now is loving life, is loving feeling secure, loving love with their person. If you want to know what your person feels for you, deep down, what do you feel for them? Beneath all of the fear, beneath all of the tears, the frustration, deep down, that beautiful unconditional love. When you feel that in your heart, that is exactly how they feel for you too. Nothing can come, nothing can come. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In case you're new here, my name is Kim. This is Core Union. I want to talk a little bit more today about how your specific person is absolutely 100% feeling you when you're feeling them. And they are reflecting back to you whatever you believe. Because what you believe, think of yourself as like whatever you're feeling deep down in your soul is the truth. So if deep down in your soul, the truth you're feeling is this amazing and incredible, deep, burning, passionate love with your person, even if you're getting the opposite, they feel it too. When things come up in your reality and they're showing you the opposite, that thing is not how your person really feels. That thing is the personification of your fear. So you want to learn how to use your reality as feedback just to guide you. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about internal emotional responses in this video. This should be short and sweet. Before I get into this though, please do like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel if you love my content. And if you want help manifesting your specific person back or improving your relationship or communication, or if it's anything finance related, feel free to email me at kim@coreunion.com. I always use whatever is happening in my 3D reality as my feedback to continue to guide me into what it is that I know deep down in my soul and in my core I have with my other half, with my partner. If something comes up after I have went into my deep meditation, my prayer, my trust, my surrendering, my detaching, after I've given myself all the love that I deserve, knowing that I'm more than worthy and good enough, and really loving life, really, really, truly loving life, and everything is going perfectly. And then if something goes out of, like, it just doesn't make sense and it hurts, it might sting, I don't want you to allow that experience to throw you off. When you do, you're simply going back into your fear, and that's it. It is your job and your only job to stay focused and persist in your end of a happy, beautiful, loving, tender, sweet relationship with your other half, with your person, with the love of your life, with your specific person, however you want to label that. A lot of you guys manifest back the communication, or maybe you guys are in a relationship and you're manifesting back. Like, you can literally see proof in your reality of the relationship getting deeper, getting happier. And you see all of these things, you hear these things being said to you, you have experiences, and you know this is proof, this is hard evidence that all of my faith and all of my trust and all of my surrendering in everything is showing me. My reality is proving it to me. My feedback is proving it to me. So you already have that hard evidence. And then it goes backwards. It seems that you're experiencing the opposite again. Let it come up with the least amount of internal emotional response to it, because when you do that, then you will process through this middle much quicker. And the best way to do that with your feedback is to go back into your end. So in other words, what would you be doing if I'm in the middle of a spiral with anything in my reality? And because since we're talking about relationships, I'll talk about any time in my reality. If I was triggered by something, I would stop. And if I was angry, I would let myself feel angry. If I was sad, I would let myself cry. If I needed to throw a pillow, I would throw a pillow. Sometimes I would really like whatever the trigger was, it might take a little while, but I wasn't seeing it as this is me against my partner, Hannah. I was seeing that this is me against my fear, and I'm not going to give into this. I'm not going to give into it. I refuse to allow this fear to win, because me and my baby have an amazing relationship and we love each other. We fight for each other. We make an incredible, amazing team. We know that we were created to love each other. We are each other's happiness. We are each other's home. We are just always there for each other. We always support each other. We adore each other. And I know a lot of you guys is, well, my person is saying just the opposite. If you feel it deep down in your soul, that promise deep down in your soul is there for a reason. That desire is there for a reason. You would not feel the desire so deeply down in your soul unless that end existed. And again, I've said this a million times. It is that trust in the knowing that that deep down desire in your soul, in your core, is an end that exists that will pull you through this middle part. Instead of you trying to control the middle, when you try to control the middle with your person, when you're getting hot and cold, if you're trying to control the middle and you're trying to control your person, you are going to create such a messy middle. What you need to do in those moments is zoom out, step back, observe what's happening to you. Take the blame off of your person and go into a deep trust and surrender, allowing yourself to feel your person's love for you, knowing that it is, if you want to know what your person feels for you, deep down, what do you feel for them? Beneath all of the fear, beneath all of the tears, the frustration, deep down, that beautiful unconditional love. When you feel that in your heart, that is exactly how they feel for you too. And I can just hear you guys sometimes when I say these videos, especially if you're new to this, saying, how do I know that? This is what blind faith and trust means. You trust in your heart of hearts, in your soul. That feeling that is gripping you is all that you need. That is the only proof that you need. So when the feedback of your life, of your 3D reality comes up, make the choice to stay dominantly in that trust and allow whatever is going to happen in the middle just to happen. And the less that you absorb what's happening and you just say, no, I'm going to stay in my happy love bubble here with my baby. The more you do that dominantly, regardless of what is happening in the 3D, when you just use your feedback in that way, just as a constant reminder of what it is that you do want, it constantly is allowing yourself to get clear. When you just process through, the middle will pass much quicker. But you guys know that if you're constantly looking for proof outside of you, externally, to validate what you have deep down in your soul, that very action is you still being a self-concept of the version of you that doesn't have that love that you feel deep down in your soul. So life is going to have to reflect that back to you. Life is always going to prove you are right. Whatever you're dominantly thinking, feeling, and believing, life is going to always prove, yes, you are right. Here is your experience to prove that to you, right? So instead of constantly questioning, why is this happening? I thought that I changed everything. Just see it as, okay, this is just part of the old story coming up one more time. So I can prove to myself that I've shifted and this is no longer me. And the least you react to it, and the more you go into dominant trust, persisting in the end, the less you will go through this period of the spiral, the stronger you'll get, and the deeper your belief will become. And then you understand that you are in the unfolding of it. As soon as you make those choices, you are in the unfolding of it. So think of it this way. If you had a camcorder, I know that we all film on our iPhones or Androids now, but if you had a camcorder, right, and you wanted to film a movie to watch later, you would, whatever you want to see on your TV or whatever projector screen or whatever, you would focus in on and you would hit record. And whatever that camcorder is filming is what you are going to watch projected out later on your TV or your projector, right? So think of it that way with your attention, with your awareness, with your trust, with your belief that you are a camcorder, and wherever your attention and awareness is focused is like you sending your viewfinder. It's like you're moving your viewfinder, and whatever you're focused dominantly on, you are hitting record for you to be able to watch that movie later. So if something is coming up in your 3D reality, that just means that you accidentally, without maybe realizing it, you were filming that previously. So if you don't like it when it comes up, no biggie, don't give it too much of your attention. Just say, okay, I'm going to film something new. I'm going to focus all of my energy and awareness on seeing what I do want in the viewfinder. Then I'm going to hit record. And then I'm going to allow this to create the new movie. And I'm going to stay focused on the end of the movie, because the end is the happy, steady, secure, stable, loving relationship with me and my person. I'm not going to worry about these middle scenes that I accidentally may have filmed previously. I'm just not going to worry about it because I know what the end is. Okay? So again, if you guys need help, feel free to email me at kim@coreunion.com. I trust that this video helped shift you into understanding what you need to do through the middle if things continue to spring up. If you're in a pattern, if you're on like a hamster meal, if you're on the hamster wheel and you keep experiencing things that you don't want in your reality over and over and over again, what you must do is you pull yourself out of that loop by going deeply into your trust and in your faith, and don't allow your 3D circumstances to control you. See them for what they are, to guide you into what it is that you do want, and stay focused there. I've said before, it is not necessarily for the faint of heart, but everyone absolutely deserves to be with the people that they love deep down in your core, in your heart of hearts, in your soul. And I personally believe that you will manifest a life with your person if that is what you feel deep down in your core, because you would not feel it unless that literally already existed before you guys even met. Okay? Start to realize time is just an illusion. All things are happening from the now. So anything and everything that you're thinking of and feeling, have it be from the self-concept of you in the now of the happy, stable, secure relationship. So you have to be happy, stable, and secure, loving life now, not waiting for your 3D to change before you do that. You have to get into that energy now. That version of you now is not afraid. That version of you now is not insecure. That version of you now is loving life, is loving, feeling secure, loving love with their person. Also, don't stop yourself from having, I believe this, focus dominantly on the end, but have 1,000,001 little imaginary acts of what it would feel like right now if the two of you guys were together and you were in a relationship. It doesn't mean that you're acting delusional in your 3D reality. I've said before, the only delusion is if you are telling yourself you can't be with the love of your life. That is the delusion. If you're saying that you're not worthy, you're not deserving, you're not good enough to have the love, you need to work on that. That needs to be your primary work to do. Love is safe. Relationships are safe. It's safe to commit. And by the way, when you are triggered, like what will happen with me if I'm triggered with things is suddenly I'll have faint memories or thoughts about people from my past. And when that comes up, I am keenly aware. Okay, perfect. That's where this came from. So let me give that little part of me the love that part of me needed back then. And also let me forgive the person on the other end of that, because if I don't forgive them, that person may as well be right next to me all day. If you're harboring negative feelings about people from your past and you haven't forgiven and let go, then you may as well be spending all of your time with them. So if you want to be spending time with people that you had traumatic experiences with, then don't let go and don't forgive them. Keep that anger, because that's exactly what you're doing. And those experiences are stealing, literally, the relationship that you deserve to have with the love of your life. Okay. It's not, don't blame the love of your life. Go deep within, go deep into trust and surrendering, and allow it to happen. Know that movement is literally happening as we speak. You are in the unfolding of it. You do that without needing to see proof in your reality. And again, whatever does come up is feedback. Just literally constantly allow the feedback of the 3D to show you what it is that you do want. Focus dominantly there. Don't conform to your 3D. Allow your 3D to conform to you and your new self-concept of having all the love that you know that you are worthy and deserving of now, feeling that now, thinking from that version of you now. If, by the way, action is always part of any unfolding of any manifestation. Inspired action, usually it may not appear to be even related to whatever it is that you are wanting. But when you are living your life and you're enjoying your life, you are always taking action steps. And these action steps, and they may, again, not appear to be related at all, or they might too. Just always be in flow and listen. I'm going to give you a quick example and then I'll sign off from this video. Like this jacket. I decided that I wanted this jacket to do an upcoming video. So I kept seeing exactly how I look right now. I saw this leather jacket in my mind. I didn't see this leather jacket as a store, at a store or online. I just saw, this is what I want to wear. This is the outfit that I see myself wearing. So I kept seeing it in my mind over and over and over again. I think it was yesterday, or I don't know what day it was, but I was inspired to go to a particular store. I had never seen this jacket again at that store, but I went to the store. I'm looking through things. I see a leather jacket similar. I looked at it and I'm like, no, this isn't what I saw in my mind. I could have settled and bought that. It was very easy. And I got excited for a second. I was like, no, I don't like what the buttons look like. I don't like anything. This isn't what I want. So I kept looking, I kept looking, I kept looking. This is all inspired action. I wasn't finding it. So I start to feel myself getting attached, meaning my energy was starting to shift into almost frustration. And I was this close to just leaving. But then something said, go to the back of the store, like where they have like all of the furniture and home goods things. I'm like, and I literally almost fought that because I said to myself, I don't need anything. I don't need anything for Christmas decorations. I don't need anything. So why would I go over there? But I just listened to it and I went. Wasn't this jacket, only one jacket in the entire store, in an area near the home goods area, in my exact size, the only one in the entire store. Do you know how many times I've manifested things in this exact way? So inspired action is literally always going to be part of it, but it may or may not look like it's related to what it is that you are wanting to manifest. So you will actually have inspired action to do things that are in alignment with you manifesting the relationship with your specific person, but it may or may not make sense to you. You won't most likely be aware of it, or sometimes you may be aware of it. You may be inspired to reach out and say something. And if you are, and if it's coming from a place of complete love and confidence, unconditional love, confidence, security, and you are not nervous about it, you're not fearful about it, go ahead and reach out. But if you want to do it and then you're like, no, because I'm afraid that this or that's going to happen, then don't take the action, because you want to be taking actions from a place of security, confidence, and love when it comes to the relationship with your specific person. But again, for me, from my perspective, yes, there are always action steps. You don't just sit on your sofa for your entire life. I know that we all go through a hermit phase, and that is totally normal. That's part of it. But you don't spend your life on the sofa in your home, completely shutting yourself off from everybody in your reality. You don't do that. You don't constantly live in a state of fear, of anxiousness. You live your life and you're happy. You're feeling good. Life is amazing. Life is wonderful. I always get what I want. Life is fabulous. I have an amazing and incredible life. I love my experiences every day. I love seeing more and more evidence in my reality every day of how amazing and incredible love is and life is. And you get yourself in that place first thing in the morning. Spend a good solid 10 minutes. First thing in the morning, you wake up, midday, as you're going to sleep. And then between those three sections, all you need to do is stay faithful and trusting in your end. Very strict mental diet. The moment you become aware of a thought, you see it, recognize it, and go back into your end. If you're in a deep trigger, take care of yourself, love yourself through that, then go back in your end. Don't worry like, oh my God, I'm feeling afraid. I must be ruining everything. Don't worry about worry. Don't be fearful of fear. Because when you do that, then what are you doing? You're falling victim to that. And now you're living from a self-concept of being in fear that is not living from the end of the self-concept of being in the happy relationship. Okay. I love you guys so much. I hope that this video helped you guys. Please do comment down below that you know that your end exists. You know that all of your desires are unfolding right now. Give it a heart, give it some prayer hands, and I will talk to you soon. I love you. Have an amazing day. Bye.
Nothing can come, nothing can come, nothing can come between us.